And welcome to KBLP LLC and Sports Talk with Denise Harris. This was kind of a last minute thing, and I apologize in the sending it out. There was no picture. It would not post for me for nothing, and had a hard time getting send tos out. So bear with me here, and let me get those out. So, what did you think of Sunday's games? Boy, it's some of those divisions, it's anybody's game. Of course, I expected the Browns to lose. Of course, they were playing the Texans. Come on. Excellent team. So, that's a gimme. Although they did score some points, so we're good on that. And also, I had to update this, so I don't know if it's not coinciding. I don't know why I couldn't get the picture up, but suffice it to say we're here, so that's all that matters. And of course, KBLP LLC. This is brought to you by. I could not join us; he's not home yet. I'm hoping maybe if he gets home, he can stop in. So, and next week I will have a guest on, a co-worker that I work with. So he is so into the football college thing, so into it. So let me get this shared, and we'll get to the nitty gritty. Too bad Colt McCoy, another fractured leg, not good. That's two Washington Redskin quarterbacks that have gone down with broken legs. Basically, a fracture, you might as well have broken it, really. So let me get these out for you. Of course, and the Patriots one, of course. That's a gimme, pretty much. We'll check out the schedules and see what is going on. Hope you all got that. And I'll post it in Facebook. So what y'all think? How did the playoffs picture look to you? Not too shabby. You got the Kansas City Chiefs. You got the Saints. Cowboys going to make it? I don't know. And the Steelers. Oh, darn. I'm so glad they went down. They're not going to make it. I don't even think they'll be a wild card at this point. Yeah, they're going to be playing the Saints, and they're going down then too. Go Saints! So yes, Drew Brees, my guy, and of course we'll be talking a little about Denver. Some more injuries. Yeah, Colt McCoy. You got Alex Smith and Colt McCoy now out for the season with their legs. So that's kind of crazy. I think they had a chance with Alex Smith until he went out. Unfortunately, so. And at least the Browns aren't in the basement this year. That's always a good thing. Let me get this done here. Trying to get this out. So, awesome. One more thing to do, and we'll get down to it. Scores and highlights. Oh, I like that picture, Ike, by the way. I could not get one to post for the life of me. I tried it like 5 different times, so I like it. Okay. And like I said, this was kind of a last minute thing, but it's all cool. I don't mind doing it. Okay, let's get down to it. Got it all done. Okay. All right. Some of the best moments around the league this week. Okay. Of course, a lot of the rivalries were at the forefront. Let me see. Nope. No. Yeah, okay. Hang on. No. Hang on just a second. Yeah, that would be it. Why would you give me that? Okay. Don't want that. All right. I'm not finding what I want. Like I said, it was kind of last minute. Okay. Unfortunately, the Saints did not win Thursday. It was Cowboys 13, Saints 10, which was a strange game. Anytime anybody goes to that stadium with the Cowboys, the refs have got to have money on them. That's all I can say. It was ridiculous. It really was. And there was a helmet hit that they did not get called for. And he should have. Hopefully he'll get a letter and a fine. Apparently that's what they're doing with a lot of these. They're not calling it at the game, but a lot of them are sending out letters, and they either have fines or warnings or something going on. I think it's a weird thing, but what do I know? Of course, the Broncos won, over the Bengals. You go Broncos. Yes, awesome sauce there. Giants over the Bears, and that was in overtime. I thought for sure the Bears were going to get that one. So, yeah, the Buccaneers who won. Of course, Texans over the Browns. Rams over the Lions. That was a gimme, I think. Dolphins won. Whoa. Jaguars over the Colts. Ravens over the Falcons. Well, that's not too surprising. Cardinals over the Packers. That was surprising, I thought. Titans and Jets, 26-22. Close game. Chiefs and Raiders. Good game. Chiefs 40, Raiders 33. Not bad. Not bad at all. Nice game there. Seahawks 43, 49ers 16. Ouch. Patriots over the Vikings. And the Chargers, and that was, excuse me, that was at 8:20, and of course, Pittsburgh lost. Go Chargers. So let's discuss a little about the Broncos game that was going on. They went over the dang it. Of course, they won. Yay, over the Bengals. You go. I'm not a fan of the Bengals either, of course. They are a Ohio team. They're not bad. They're all right. So let's go over a little bit about that. Keenum was 12 for 21, 151 yards. Not exactly the best. Hey! All right, it's supposed to be reconnecting. I keep losing internet, guys. I don't even know if it's working. Just went out and came back on. This is going to be hit and miss. Okay. My last two. I sent this twice because it did not show up. Internet went out. So it's going to be hit and miss. That's kaboom. We're all mad here. Off with their heads. Drink this potion, okay? See what happens. Anyway, Lindsay leads Denver to third straight win. Philip Lindsay. What a player. He is he is so awesome. He really is. He's an awesome, awesome player. Do you think he'll stay with Denver? I don't know. That's the thing. You get to liking a player and everything, do so well, and then they decide they don't want to be there. So 24-10 was the final score. Nobody's overlooking 5'8" Philip Lindsay anymore. And he's run the Broncos right back into playoff contention. And he's a rookie. He rushed for a career high 157 yards and a pair of touchdowns Sunday. Denver adapted to a windy afternoon and got its third straight victory. They have emerged from their bye week and knocked off the Chargers, Steelers, and Bengals to stay in contention right now. 4 games left, and they've got to be our best 4. Von Miller said, "We took a long way to get there. There's still a long way to go." Yes, there is. It was a really warm day at 66 degrees at kickoff and about 40-mile-per-hour winds. It really played havoc with kicks and throws. So the plan was to give it to their 190-pound running back and let him live up to his new nickname. His new nickname is Pitbull, by the way. That's what they call Philip Lindsay, Pitbull. And now the whole world knows who he is. Okay. Lindsay ran for TDs of 6 yards and 65 yards, the longest of his career, as Denver got up 21-3 in the third quarter and closed it out. Against, of course, the Bengals, 5-7. This is their 6th time in 7 games, 6th loss, and Lindsay's 2 touchdown matched his career high. Lindsay also became the first undrafted rookie in Broncos history to top 1,000 combined yards, rushing and receiving in a season. He is so awesome. Keenum was a little off. 12 out of 21 is not the best stats there, and only passing for 151 yards. I think they're relying more on Lindsay there. Pitbull. But the Bengals do have issues. They lost Andy Dalton. So he tore a ligament in his passing thumb last week. So Jeff Driscoll made his first NFL start Sunday. He went 25 of 38 for 236 yards, a touchdown, an interception, a fumble, and 4 sacks. They got after him. Of course, it's his first game. So what are you going to do? Of course, standout receiver A.J. Green returned after missing 3 games. That was hoping to give the Bengals offense a lift, but he only lasted a quarter. He re-injured his foot while running a route and came off the field probably for the last time this season. And he slammed his helmet down. He was not a happy camper with that, and they took him off on a cart. So he was trying. He tried to play to help the Bengals, but he just couldn't do it. Injuries. Broncos linebacker Brandon Marshall was inactive. This is his 4th straight game with a knee injury. He did practice last week, so hopefully we'll see him soon. Cornerback Chris Harris Jr. broke his lower right leg in the first quarter. Ouch, another leg. What is going on with that? That's a lot of legs being broken out there. I mean, and leg bones are one of the hardest bones to break, so they really got to be, wow. Defensive end Derek Wolfe suffered a rib injury in the second quarter. That's the Broncos. So, and the Bengals linebacker Burfict suffered a concussion in the second half. Cordy Glenn was inactive for a second straight game with a bad back. prompting the Bengals to juggle their line. There's a lot of this going around. I tell you what was it, the Steelers-Chargers game? There were a lot hurt, it seemed like, too. Also last night in the Eagles, the line got 3 penalties for holding, 2 for false starts. Nothing to say. Fans in the upper deck tape a large banner to the front of a seating section before each game. On Sunday, they taped up a blank banner. Nothing left to say about the season. So there you go. Broncos got a pretty easy game this coming week. They played the 49ers. That should be a gimme game, seriously. And then they play the Chargers. Bengals play at the Chargers, and they're going to lose, I think. So that's kind of the highlights of the Broncos game. Texans-Browns, we won't get into that. Let's look at Patriots-Vikings, and we'll look at... okay. We'll see what's going on there, of course. Of course, the Saints lost Thursday. It's okay. They have some issues, too. This is Belichick's 250th win. Hey! I know, hon. Gotta love Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. Oh, yeah, the best 49ers ever. Right? Right, Michelle? Yeah. I'm typing, so give me a second here. Can't type and talk, as I'll type when I'm talking. Gotta love those two. Jerry Rice's, he was just so phenomenal. Of course, Joe Montana, I think he was one of the best ever quarterbacks. And after his back, I mean, he came back with a vengeance. They're just, yep, yes, absolutely. They rule. But anyway, Tom Brady passed for 311 yards and a touchdown. And Bill Belichick earned his 250th victory, including playoffs. These two have got to be the winningest combo. I'll look up the stats, but they are unbelievable. Oh, yeah, Rigger was there too. Yes, absolutely. That whole team was totally awesome then. It really was. I'm a 49ers fan, don't get me wrong. I really like them, and I hope they get it together. I really do for next year. Because they could be a team to be reckoned with, let me tell you. Yep. Yes, he was, Michelle. Yes, he was. This includes his 37 regular season and postseason wins with the Browns. He has 287 wins overall. That's including that one. So, yeah. Brady was 24-32. He has 579 TD passes, including the playoffs, tying him with Peyton Manning. He also has 508 regular season passes. That ties him with Brett Favre. Manning is first, and then, yay, my man, Drew Brees. Oh, yeah. So they clinched their 18th straight winning season. It is the second longest streak in history. Unfortunately, the record is held by the Cowboys at 20 seasons from 1966 to 85. So, Minnesota, they're 6-5-1. They've lost 2 of their past 3. The defeat prevented Minnesota from gaining ground in the NFC North, leading Chicago Bears. Go Bears! But they lost in overtime to the Giants, which was amazing. I thought for sure they had it. Kirk Cousins kept Minnesota in the game early, but then he faltered. He finished 32 of 44 for 201 yards. That's a lot of passes for only 201 yards now. Brady improved to 5-0 against Minnesota. One of the 5 teams, Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, and Tampa Bay, He has a perfect season record against. So, um, anyway, there's you know about the game. So they went on. Minnesota coach Mike Zimmer pulled out his red challenge bag at the right time, late in the first half, to get his team on the scoreboard. Um, Brady reached another milestone, 1,000 yards rushing in his career, and he is not known to run. He is not graceful at all. He looks like a giraffe out there. Giraffes are kind of graceful, but he looks like a kind of a between a giraffe and an ostrich or something. I don't know. He does not run, but when he does, he does. So, um, because he's not that much. He's not a mobile quarterback, really. It's taken him 19 years and 265 games to get that 1,000 yards rushing. So there you go. I love it. Viking injuries update. Vikings cornerback Trey Waynes was evaluated for concussion in the second quarter and ruled out rest of the game. Patriots Patrick Chung was helped off the field. Oh no, we just got him back a couple of games ago. Vikings are at Seattle Monday night, so should be a good game. And the Patriots are at Miami, so there we go with that. Now, this Chiefs and Raiders game, I really want to talk about this because it was a great, great game. Wow, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs have plenty of firepower even without their star running back Kareem Hunt. Mahomes threw 4 touchdown passes to join Peyton Manning and Tom Brady as the only quarterbacks to reach the 40 TD mark through 12 games. And they sent the Chiefs went to a 40-33 victory over the Raiders in the first game since releasing Kareem Hunt. Okay, but the Raiders gave them a run for their money. They made them work for this one, that is for sure. The Chiefs 10-2. They cut ties with Hunt after a months-old video surfaced on Friday showing him shoving and kicking a woman. Ooh. This is from February. But the Chiefs let him go because he lied to them about the incident. And they saw the video and he was pushing and kicking a woman. Way to go. That'll get you points. Not. So, enough. Like their stand on domestic violence. So, Spencer Ware replaced Hunt as a starter and scored on a direct snap in the third quarter. Mahomes did the rest of the damage against the Raiders with his arm. Oakland tried. I mean, they gave it a good run. They really did. I love Kelsey, though. He is so awesome. I love that man. He is great. I like to watch him when he plays. So, Mahomes finished 23 for 38 for 295 yards and engineered a late TD drive capped by a 2-yard pass to Conley after Oakland cut the deficit to 3. Oakland added a late field goal, but the Chiefs recovered the onside kick to seal the win. Kelsey had 12 catches for 168 yards, topping the 1,000-yard mark for the third straight season. He is awesome. Derek Carr threw 3 TD passes for the Raiders, but Oakland lost 3 fumbles that led to 3 scores for the Chiefs. Of course, the turnovers really hurt them. Oakland's Jared Cook and Kansas City's Eric Murray got into it a little bit late in the first half when they were jostling near the sideline, well after the play, of course. Both players were called for unsportsmanlike. Whoa, what a surprise. Although the Chiefs didn't start all that well, Kelsey lost a fumble on the opening play from scrimmage. But, of course, it didn't hurt him, so there you go. Chiefs and Ravens on Sunday. Raiders host the Steelers. I'd like that to be an upset. I really would. So, okay, that it's kind of the top games I thought I should talk about. Um, of course, Broncos could be in the playoffs. We shall see. So, um, but here are the questions. Excuse me, God. Just 3 weeks ago, the Broncos were reeling. Head coach Vance Joseph was thought he'd be in danger of losing his job, and yet another rebuild seemed likely. But they have ripped off close victories in the past couple of weeks against legitimate contenders, in the Chargers and the Steelers. Now, they are the 10th seed in the conference and possible wild card. So, we shall see. We shall see. They're the odd teams. They're really playing well. The top teams. Wow, it's just crazy. So who is playing who? Let's see about injury updates. A lot of injuries, this seems like, lately. What is going on? Of course, like I said, Colt McCoy got a fractured leg also. And those are hard, like I said, those are hard bones to break. It's crazy. I don't know. And of course, Andy Dalton. Arizona, they got half their team on the injury roster. Let's see. Okay. It's just been a little crazy with that, I think. Okay. Here's the biggest injuries, like I said. A.J. Green, of course, wide receiver, Bengals. He re-injured that toe. That's kept him out for 3 games. And they had a walking boot on him after the game. Green it's hard to imagine him coming back this year since the Bengals are just about mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. But he tried to play. He really did, but they had to take him off. Greg Olsen, of all things, tight end, Carolina Panthers. He suffered a ruptured plantar fascia in his right foot. Ouch! That had to hurt. The same foot that forced him to miss 3 games earlier this season and 9 last season. Looks like he's done for this season. Greg Olsen is pretty awesome, but he ruptured that plantar fascia. Again, Rob Gronkowski, Patriots. He briefly left the game in the third quarter, but returned after absorbing a hit on a catch over the middle. Given how hard he worked to come back from ankle and back injuries, his status and effectiveness bear watching, even though he did return. I have to keep an eye on him. Chris Harris Jr., quarterback, Denver Broncos. 3-time Pro Bowl selection. Harris suffered a fractured right fibula in Sunday's win over the Bengals. He said after the game he believed he wouldn't need surgery to repair it, but he will be evaluated on Monday. He added he hoped he could make it back to the lineup. I doubt it. He'll just end up a fracture, you might as well have broken it, actually. Actually, it takes longer to heal than a break. Ricky Yedam went into the lineup in Harris' spot. Tremaine Brock missed the game with a rib injury. We shall see. Matt Breida, running back, San Francisco 49ers. He's dealing with an ankle issue, the same one that's been problematic for most of the season. He tweaked it in the warm-ups and again during the game. Alex Lewis, Baltimore Ravens. Starting left guard, Lewis left the game with a shoulder injury, did not return. And he's been dealing with this for an extended period. If Lewis is sidelined for injuries, Baltimore could turn to James Hurst. He's scheduled to return from a back injury. DJ Fluker, Seattle Seahawks, starting right guard. Fluker pulled his hamstring. He's questionable. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Matthew Stafford, Detroit Lions, course quarterback. He suffered an undisclosed injury during the game. He needed treatment, but said he was fine. They'll be keeping an eye on that. It was an undisclosed injury, so we don't exactly know what's going on with him. Trey Waynes, Minnesota Vikings cornerback. Concussion protocol. He was ruled out for the remainder of the game. This is the second time this season. So, they'll be watching him closely. Ryan Bell, Green Bay Packers, and Brian Bulaga. The Packers lost their right side of the offensive line, tackling guard to knee injuries against the Cardinals, and neither returned. Last week at Minnesota, left tackle David Bakhtiari and left guard Lane Taylor could not finish the game. They returned this week. They can only hope that Bulaga and Bell can return. Kendall Lamb, right tackle, Houston Texans, suffered a concussion in the second half of the game. He was missed, and he missed the rest of the game. Concussion protocol, of course. They'll have to keep an eye on that. Jeremy Parnell, Jacksonville Jags. He left the game in the fourth quarter, foot injury. And that left only right guard A.J. Cann is the only healthy lineman from the group that began the season. Buffalo Bills, Russell Bodine. Leg injury, did not return. So, Pittsburgh Steelers, yeah, they got kind of banged up. James Conner, Ryan Switzer, wide receiver. James Conner, running back. Conner suffered a lower leg contusion. Rookie Jalen Samuels needs to be ready next week to match up with Oakland. Switzer is in the concussion protocol. That's two of the offense's top 5 playmakers missing time. So that is the injury update. So, let's see. What about Mike McCarthy getting fired? What do you guys think about that? From the Packers. I was like, whoa, what? They fired him. I was like, what? Interim coach Joe Philbin. Packers interim coach Joe Philbin fires longtime Mike McCarthy assistant Winston Moss after leadership tweet. Crazy. So apparently he was a friend of Mike McCarthy's. That was his assistant. After a leadership tweet, apparently. He was a linebackers coach, Winston Moss. This was last Tuesday. We thank Winston for his contribution to the Packers for 13 years. He was with them forever. The news comes after Moss tweeted earlier Tuesday about leadership in Green Bay. This is a quote as to what Winston Moss said. Ponder this. What championship teams have our great leadership, period. It's not the offensive guru trend. It's not the safe trend. Find somebody that is going to hold number 12 and everybody in this building to a Lombardi standard. Ooh. Of course, Moss beat the team to the news, thanking Twitter for his departure. Wow. And, of course, we all know number 12 is Aaron Rodgers. Oh no, another one out. Oh no. We have an update in the studio. Chris Stevens has an injury. Um, apparently, it's cramping. So he will be taken care of in the back. The Freaks will take care of him. And that's the injury update for KBLP LLC. We hope for his return shortly. We'll have to wait and see, apparently. So, anyway, yes, even KBLP has its injuries. So, Chris, we hope you get better soon. So that is our injury update. Oh dear. Mike McCarthy was fired on Sunday, so Philbin took over as interim coach. We'll give you an update on Chris later. Moss joined the Packers with McCarthy in 2006. And it's crazy. I was like shocked that Philbin has what amounts to a tryout for a full-time head coaching position with Aaron Rodgers as quarterback, of course. I can't believe that they fired him. That was crazy. I don't know what is going on. And then his assistant, Winston Moss, got the sack. That is crazy. Something to do with between Aaron Rodgers and him. I don't know what's going on with what happened with those two. I really don't. I always thought they were pretty good as coach quarterback team. So, and all the tension between Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy this season. Wow, that's crazy. It became pretty clear one of them would have to go. And so the Packers decided it would be McCarthy. Adios. Rodgers might end up being the one who looks the worse, according to former Packers tight end Mark Chmura. During an interview, Chmura said the entire situation makes Rodgers look like a prima donna. They said Aaron's not going to come out this looking good. He might be happy, but Aaron to me looks like the prima donna basketball player in the NBA that wants his coach fired. Chmura, who played for Green Bay from 1993 to 99, was inducted into the Packers Hall of Fame in 2010. Believes Rodgers flat out got McCarthy fired. There were rumblings last week that were saying Aaron Rodgers is difficult to coach. Whether that's because he's smart or whatever the case may be, Chmura said, he's not going to come out of this. He might be happy, but this isn't looking good. He got his coach fired. There has been tension between Rodgers and the coaching staff all season. On multiple occasions, Rodgers has used his post-game press conference to rip the play of the Packers offense. Things reached rock bottom on Sunday when Green Bay was only able to muster 2 offensive touchdowns. During a stunning loss to the Cardinals, come on, people, who were just 2-9 on the season. The Packers, of course, ended up fighting McCarthy, but Chmura doesn't blame him for the loss. It's the players' fault, he says, because they gave up on their coach. He says, that team quit. They didn't even want to play today, Chmura said. This was, as long as I can remember, the most embarrassing loss the Packers have had. Woo! Rodgers wields so much power in Green Bay. It'll be interesting to see where the Packers turn to hire their next coach. McCarthy was there for 13 seasons, but the Packers' offense was starting to look stale. They really did. They did not look good. They have not looked good, so I have to agree. And it wouldn't be shocking to see Green Bay go out and try to steal an innovative offensive coordinator from another team. There's our Will Brinson made a list of 7 potential candidates the Packers should look to, and 3 of them just happen to fit that bill. And we're going to check out who that is. Okay. And we have, Rodgers is already 35, and there's great expectations. I don't know if he's going to be like Breeze or Brady in that he can still play. We'll find out. Um, so, Joe Philbin will be the interim coach for the rest of the year. Some possible candidates: Josh McDaniels, Patriots, offensive coach. Everybody's looking at Josh Daniels. He is so awesome. But he could have went somewhere else, and he decided to stay with the Patriots. So we'll see. This is the Packers, good sir. Well, McDaniels is a stud when it comes to operating an offense. Of course, he's helped to lead Tom Brady to multiple that was my phone. Something came on, that commercial. Multiple Super Bowl victories. And this guy saying, I can see the outrage and side eyes over this McDaniels with the way he's acted in Green Bay, please. He's learned at the knee of Bill Belichick, and after the disaster that he oversaw in Denver, he won't be looking for personal control. He wouldn't find it in Green Bay either. Personnel control, sorry. And maybe there's some concern about how he left Indianapolis at the altar last offseason. McDaniel's pedigree is unquestioned. It boils down to whether he wants to jump ship. John DeFilippo, Vikings offensive coordinator. Also, the Browns are looking at him. He jumped from the Eagles quarterback coach over to the Vikings offensive coordinator and has seen mixed but mostly positive results in Minnesota. He's got a very nice resume built up over the last few years, and with the Eagles struggling on offense, people are pointing to Flip and Frank Reich as a brain drain issue in Philadelphia. We shall see. Zach Taylor, Rams quarterback coach. One of the branches of the Sean McVay tree, Taylor is drawing a lot of interest from people around the league. Taylor was previously the wide receivers coach for the Rams and served as interim offensive coordinator for the Dolphins during the second half of the 2015 season, so he has experience as a play caller. He was also the quarterbacks coach for Joe Philbin before he was there. Philbin came from Green Bay, is now going to be interim head coach for the Packers. There's certainly a lot of connection there. Taylor is viewed very highly by McVay, who has established himself as the hottest name in coaching business. Eric Bieniemy, Chiefs offensive coordinator. They're grabbing guys from Andy Reid tree as well, and such. Bieniemy will get plenty in consideration. So, another one, John Harbaugh, Ravens. Wow, that might John Harbaugh back. I don't know. That's a name that makes sense. Not an offensive name, but Harbaugh and someone like Cliff Kingsbury as offensive coordinator could make a lot of sense. With the Packers able to land a big-name head coach who can bring stability but not oversee the offense. Harbaugh would probably scare people because of how bland things have been under Joe Flacco. We'll see. Lincoln Riley, head coach, Oklahoma. So, I don't agree with grabbing coaches out of college coaches for the NFL unless they have. I think they need to have some training to become an NFL coach. You just can't take a college coach and put him in the NFL. It's totally different, and it'll take a lot of time for them to adjust, and I don't think they want to spend that much time. I just don't think they're ready for the NFL. That's just my opinion, not considered that of anyone else here. That's my opinion. I don't think it's a good idea. I never have. So, Vic Fangio, DC Bears, defensive coach there. So, this might work out. The coach in question could hire a smart offensive mind to run the offense and work with Aaron Rodgers. Fangio is retained by Matt Nagy, and the Bears are lucky. Their defense has been one of the best in the NFL. Would he be willing to jump within the division? Hiring him has the twofold effect of helping the Packers and hurting the Bears. This would be one of those situations where Fangio would find a guy like Cliff Kingsbury and let he and Rodgers do what they can on offense. So those are the considerations. So crazy around the Packers. What about those Bears? Let's go to the standings. Let's go to the AFC divisions. AFC South. We have the Texans 9-3, Colts 6-6, Titans 6-6, and the Jags 4-8. Texans are ahead 3 games. So it's the AFC South. The AFC North. Steelers, of course, 7-4. If they make it, Ravens are 7-5. So, but should the Steelers make it, they'll be out. They'll be out in the playoffs anyway. They're not going to make it any farther. So, that is the AFC North. And actually, yeah, we're in the bottom, but at least we're 4-7. We're not, 1-10 or some crap. So, not bad this year, not bad. AFC East. Okay, and of course we have the Patriots. 9-3, Dolphins 6-6, Bills 4-8, Jets 3-9. So Patriots have that division sewed up. And the AFC West, Chiefs, of course. So I think your top teams are the Chiefs and the Patriots. Of course, they're 1-2. Then the Chargers 9-3. Broncos could sneak up there and be in the playoffs. They are 6-6. Raiders are 2-10. So there you go. Anyway, let's go to the NFC, and then we'll take a look at this week's games. NFC West. Rams 11-1. Seahawks 7-5. We won't even go to the other ones. So the Rams in the NFC West. NFC South. Of course, we have my Saints 10-2. You go, Saints. Awesome. God, I love that team. I really do. I ordered my jersey, sweatshirt from them last week. They had a cyber deal going on. And I'll show it to you when I get it. I should get it by Thursday. And it has number 9. It says Niecy Breezy on the back. You know it. Who dat? Okay, Saints 10-2. Okay, AFC... NFC West. We did that, the Rams. NFC East. And the Cowboys, 7-5. They're kind of like Pittsburgh. That's not the best, but it still leads their division. So you have the Eagles and Redskins, though. They're right behind them with 6-6, so we shall see. Eagles might sneak into a playoff spot. Okay. And the NFC South. Oh, that was the Saints. I am sorry. I'm trying to figure out which one I missed. Yep. NFC North. Of course, I think Chicago's up top. Yep, the Bears 8-4. Vikings 6-5. Packers 4-7. Lions 4-8. They're right there at the bottom. So, got the Bears going on too. I'm happy to see them in it. I don't know. Let me know what you think about Mike McCarthy getting fired. Is Aaron Rodgers a prima donna? I don't know. I don't know. What do you all think? So, let's take a look at the games for this week. Let's see what's going on. Oh. Is it week 14 already? Good Lord. Okay. Oh, today is Wednesday according to this. We have the Jags and Titans Thursday night. I don't care for the Titans. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I think that I'm going to go with the Jags on this one. So, Sunday, Panthers, Browns. Browns. I'm going to take the Browns just to see. Ravens, Chiefs. Chiefs, of course. I think the Chiefs are going to run over the Ravens. Colts and Texans. Texans. Patriots, Dolphins. I'm going to go with the Pats. Giants, Redskins. Doesn't matter. Saints, Bucks. Go Saints. Of course, my Saints will win. Bengals, Chargers. I think the Chargers will overcome them with Andy Dalton out. Broncos, 49ers. I don't know. I think the Broncos could pull it out. So there you go. Eagles, Cowboys, I don't care. Steelers, Raiders. I hope the Raiders give them an upset. Rams and Bears. That should be a good game. They're pretty matched. I don't know. What do you think, Bears? Go Bears. Monday night we have Vikings and Seahawks. I think it'll be the Vikings. So there are the games for this week. I think we covered the NFL round pretty well. The injuries, the news going on about Mike McCarthy. Crazy stuff. And of course, all the injuries going on. So, let me give you a rundown. How's that injury doing, Chris? Want to check up on you, you know. Want to see how that injury's doing for you. Want to make sure you're okay. Did you get those cramps taken care of in the back? Freaks take care of you? Oh, Freaks will have to wait till February. They're about, week late and $1 short there. They want to waltz with the... Well, they'll just have to wait. They missed out. They could have been waltzing with them last week, but they didn't. So, well, the waltz with the dead. Okay. Okay, so, Chris, if you're still out there, give us an injury update, please. I don't rely on the Freaks. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, let's see what's going on. Join me tomorrow night for DWD. I'm going to do the last part 3 of we're going to do the commercials. Okay, the 20 top 20 best music that came out of commercials. This year is going to give them a run for their money for sure. Anyway, Thursday night, I believe Chained is on. It's either this week or next week. With Desiree. Totally amazing show. You have to check this out. She is so talented. So check out Desiree Pickett and Chained. Totally awesome. Then you'll have me. I'll be back with the beginning of country. Our first segment of the country eras. So join me for that, for the beginning from like the, up to the 60s. And the next week we'll do 70s, 80s, and 90s. And then we'll wrap up the country segment. We're going to do some cover wars tomorrow night, I think. So, or Thursday. So join me then. Some interesting stuff there. And we'll play some of those oldies but goodies. So if you want a foot stomping do-si-do and hoedown, just join me Thursday night at TWD. So for the first country, the beginning, part one. And then after next week, we'll do some holiday stuff. So may do some Wednesday. I don't know. Anyway, and then Lolita's Jam. This is Music Thursday, so Lolita's Jam will be on after DWD. She plays hip-hop, underground music, new artist, totally awesome. She has a huge following, so please check her out. Friday, join me for Hollywood Review, and then I wish Michelle was here, because after that, it's Freaks in the Basement with our own biggest freak, Chris Stevens, a show you don't want to miss. And I'll be able to listen. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I am actually off Saturday. What do you know about that? I'm so excited to have it off. I don't know what to do, actually. So, we have that on Friday. Saturday, join our own Michelle Auger with Ecto. Really terrifying stories. You don't want to miss them. She has some. This last one she read. Oh my God, that was freaking crazy. Where we combined the show. Yeah. So, awesome. That was great. So, join her for Ecto. Every other week, we're going to combine the show. Ecto and Encounters, or Encounters and Ecto, however you want to do it. But we're going to combine them every other week. It'd be really cool. So, this week it'll be separate, and then later I'll be on with Encounters of the Strange Kind. I got a mishmash of stuff. I think it'll be interesting. We'll check it out. Then if that's Saturday, then we have the jam with our own Diaz, Dog. With the jam, that's a party all night long, so tune into that. Sunday, I think we're going to try and start with useless info. Should be interesting. Everything you didn't need to know, okay? We'll be doing that. All this useless knowledge we've stored up all these years will come out. So stay tuned for that. I'm hoping if we don't do it this week, it'll probably come out after the holidays for Sunday. So, and it looks like we're going to have The Walking Dead on Mondays instead of Wednesdays. So we will adapt to that. Okay, because football will be over. We can do it on Mondays. Of course, we can do sports talk. We got hockey and b-ball and all kinds of stuff going on. So, yeah, pretty much. That's definitely a strange encounter, especially during the holiday season. Oh, dear Lord. Yes, I am. So that is what's going on. That's what's coming up. Of course, a lot of holiday stuff coming up. You ready for Christmas? And then, of course, Monday will be Planet B period, O period, B period. So, and we're going to be talking about different things with the winter weather. So be sure and join us for that. The Encounters of the Strange. Yeah, you're not kidding. Oh, how's that cramping going? Yeah, it is. It's horrifying. It's just, oh my God, it's horrible. Horrible. How's that cramping? Are we good? Are you back in the game there, Chris? Did they fix you? And of course, after the new year, we will have a new podcaster, Zach Morrison. So be sure we'll give you updates on what's going on. All right. Good to know. And Chris is back in the game. He was questionable, but he's good to go. Freaks did the job on him, apparently. I just have to, let's see. And there's gonna be some more interesting things, later on, probably after New Year, about Scientology. And another group that is worse than them, believe it or not. And an occult group, we're gonna talk about. It's gonna be really interesting. If you can catch it, see Leah Remini on, what station is it? I'm trying to tell you. A&E. Oh, nope, that wasn't it. It was Leah Remini, A&E, Scientology in the Aftermath. It is so crazy. It is unbelievable. So if you have a chance, just one evening, just check that out on A&E. Leah Remini, Scientology in the Aftermath. It is totally insane. This one, it's just crazy. We'll talk about that on Encounters. So that wraps it up for sports. Let's see how our teams do this week. Go Broncos, go Saints. Who dat? Who dat? Who dat? Love Drew Brees and the Saints. So you go Broncos. Have a great sports week, everybody, and we'll be back on Monday or Tuesday. Probably Tuesday, I would think, because we have Planet BOB on Monday. So we'll be back with Sports Talk on Tuesday. So y'all have a great night. Chris, I'm glad your cramps are gone. That didn't sound right, did it? Your cramping in your hand is gone. So Freak's fixed you right up. He's good to go. Yeah, go Bears. Absolutely. Chicago is on the roll. Yes, those Bears are awesome. I really like them. I really do. I'm so glad they are doing it. Yeah, go Bears. Absolutely. Go Saints. Go Bears. Go Broncos. Woohoo. So let's see how they do this week. I think they should have no problem. Absolutely. Go Bears. Yeah. Okay, gonna wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed this night's episode. Have a great night. Peace out, y'all.